Welcome to ION Hermosa Beach. It's election season here in Hermosa, and because of that, we invited in some local residents to talk about what they see as the main issues. We also then invited in all 5 city council candidates to respond to those concerns and also provide them with a platform to speak directly to the voters. We hope that you learn a lot through this process.
Well, my name is Elka Worner. I grew up in Hermosa Beach. I've lived here since the 2nd grade, went through all the schools, Valley Vista, Pier Avenue, Miracosta. I studied abroad in Paris, France, and did a master's degree in print journalism at BU, so that was my career. Print journalism, first at UPI in Los Angeles, where I covered the police beat, of all things, during the crack era and gang, when gangs were killing each other. Then I covered the court beat, went on to work at, got into television news, went on to work at Fox and Fox Business, and traveled abroad a lot, covering the war in Afghanistan, the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, the border, and with the Business Channel, I covered a lot of the Silicon Valley companies and the companies that really put California on the map. And most recently, I've returned home to work at the Easy Reader, my old stomping ground, and I've known Kevin forever, and I started covering the city council meetings, and that's where I kind of developed an interest in city politics. I'm a single mom, so I was pretty much raising my daughter and would read the paper and know what's going on, but this was definitely a deep dive. And I got very, very interested in what was going on in the city and decided to give back. And, I love Hermosa Beach. This is my town. I could live anywhere, but Hermosa Beach is where I want to be. And it was time for me to give back. I have the time and the energy and the knowledge and the skill set to make a difference, to keep Hermosa this amazing beach town with amazing people and a great vibe. And that's what I love about it. It's very chill, but people are very sophisticated. They're smart. They're very opinionated, which I love. And actually, I've been walking up and down the streets, campaigning, and knocking on people's doors. And I've just been amazed by how engaged everyone is and what their concerns are. And they really voice their opinions and their frustrations, what's good about the city and what's not good about the city. And that's helped me kind of figure out what I want to focus on. I definitely have seen firsthand the amount of money spent on consultants. There were meetings that I went to, and it was just rubber stamped. We need a consultant for the storm drains. We need a consultant for the engineering. We need a consultant for the human resources department. And I'm thinking, well, why can't we do this in-house? Why do we need a consultant for every single decision? And it seems like, to me, there should be some expertise on the city, on the part of the city, the staff, to deal with some of these issues. I'll give you a prime example. They wanted to, you've heard about the $120 million Civic Center, and that was a project the city kind of floated out there because they say the existing building is run down. So what they did is they went ahead and hired a community engagement consultant. And I actually spoke at one of the meetings as a resident, and I said, well, before we move ahead with a $60,000 community engagement consultant, why don't we just send out a survey to people in the city? Do they actually want a new civic center? Is it a good use of public funds? And then I said, also, your deputy city manager has a specialty in community engagement. On LinkedIn, that's her, I'm really good at community engagement. Why don't we use her? Of course, I was ignored and shut down and okay, next. And I think that's what a lot of people are feeling. Sometimes when they go to City Hall and they give their opinions or they talk about their problems, they don't feel like they're getting a response from the city, whether it's the city council or the city staff. Now, I went to one meet and greet that I had, and one woman was saying her 90-year-old father, and this is someone who has lived here for 60, 70 years, went to City Hall and was treated horribly. That should not be happening in Hermosa. That's not what Hermosa is all about. We're very open, we're kind people, we're friendly people, and we respect everyone. Young people, old people. But that when I heard that, I was very upset. And that will change if I get elected. When I get elected, that will not happen. Not on my watch. And another thing, the city manager, perfect example. Now all the press releases and all the comments have to go through her. Now, when I spoke up about that, I was personally attacked. My profession was attacked. And I think they do this deliberately so people don't get engaged. So people say, oh, I'm not going there and going through what Elka went through and what John Burry, who spoke after me, went through. Forget that. So what does that do? That leaves them alone to make decisions. And I think every resident who wants to speak should be able to have a say in their city government. We pay taxes, we employ these people. And the city council is supposed to oversee the city manager and staff. And that doesn't appear to be happening, because I see no pushback. And with my journalism background, I've been taught to ask questions, to get to the bottom of things, hold politicians accountable. And I see sometimes none of that occurring. They present a staff report and it says, well, we need to, it's going to cost $80 million to fix the old city hall. Well, really? That seems kind of high to fix a leak in a roof and some electrical wiring. I mean, Hermosa people are generous, but there comes a point where you say, maybe not, or give me more info. And I think what we have to do too is present a little bit more information so residents can make informed decisions, as opposed to having skewed information coming out that is accepted as fact. I grew up in Hermosa Beach, raised my daughter here, and my mom lives next door to me. So I have 3 generations of Hermosa people. And I want to make sure for my daughter that Hermosa Beach is what I experienced here.
We wanted to thank everybody who participated in our show. We hope that all of you learned a lot at home. We want to make sure that you get out and vote. And thank you for watching Eye on Hermosa.